This is a 4x2. Its finished size after planing is 89 by 38 millimeters. For a 2.4 meter length of this, you can expect to pay around £4.82. This is a 3x2 measuring 63 by 38 mil, and the same length of this is around £3.41. Less timber, lower cost. Makes sense, right? So why then is a 2.4 meter length of 2x2 measuring 44 millimeters by 44 priced at around £5.71? Less timber than both the 4x2 and the 3x2, and yet it's more expensive than both. Firstly, the 2x2 is PAR, which stands for planed all round, meaning all four faces have been planed. And this timber is sawn at 50 by 50 millimeters and then kiln dried, which reduces its size slightly as it dries out, and then each face is precision planed to get it to 44 millimeters by 44 millimeters. So a significant amount of the wood is turned into waste, 3 millimeters from each face, turned into sawdust and shavings to ensure that each face is flat, smooth and square. So you're paying for the wood that was removed to make it smooth and uniform. The 3x2 and the 4x2 are CLS, which stands for Canadian Lumber Standard. This is also kiln dried and planed down to size, but high-speed milling is used and there is less wastage. The wood removed is minimal, just enough to ensure it meets structural timber tolerances like fitting into joist hangers and stud spacing. The corners are also rounded over to make them easier to handle, less chance of getting a splinter. It's only when you start to compare apples with apples, or PAR with PAR in this case, where the pricing starts to make more sense, i.e. the bigger the timber, the higher the cost. But if we take 4x2 as an example, obviously the size of a PAR 4x2 is different to the size of a CLS 4x2. And that's because of the reasons mentioned earlier, but also because everything in the timber and construction industry is designed to be as confusing as possible. Just before we take a look at reasons 2 and 3, if someone told me there was a tool that easily fits in your pocket, which is a wrench, a clamp, a tap, a pair of pliers and a hex driver all in one, I'd have a hard time believing them. But Metmo, a UK-based company, took a forgotten 1913 patent and rebuilt this precision-engineered tool in an all-metal body. While most adjustable wrenches are loose and prone to slipping, the Pocket Grip has a screw drive system which grips tighter the harder you turn and can provide over 450 kilograms of clamping force. With jaws designed to stay perfectly parallel so it locks onto flats without rounding your bolts, and a heavy-duty set of pliers, letting it securely grip odd shapes and stripped screws. This one is machined from ultralight aerospace aluminium, brass and stainless steel, but Metmo also has a stainless steel model, which also includes a snipper function because apparently 5 functions wasn't quite enough. Feeling frivolous? There are also titanium and 24-karat gold models. I'll leave a link in the description, and thanks to Metmo for sponsoring this video. Not only are you paying for the wastage of the timber that gets planed away, but also rejection rates are higher for the 2x2 PAR when compared to the CLS, and that's because PAR timber is more likely to get downgraded or rejected if there is a slight curve in the timber or a large knot, whereas in CLS that doesn't matter as much because it's construction grade timber, so typically it's used inside a wall. Whereas PAR timber is joinery grade timber, it should have fewer knots and less wane, and while CLS timber is sold in standard lengths like 2.4, 3 meter or 4.8 meter, PAR timber is usually sold by the meter, certainly at timber yards anyway, although the DIY stores do tend to stock standard lengths like 1.8, 2.1 and 2.4 meters. Now, while we're talking about different grades of timber, PAR is usually better quality timber. CLS is often labelled as SPF, which stands for spruce, pine or fir, whereas PAR is usually a higher quality redwood pine, slower growth timber with tighter growth rings, meaning it's harder and more stable. CLS timber tends to be fast grown whitewood like spruce, with much less tight growth rings, and therefore it's softer and less stable, so more prone to twisting and warping. It's still plenty strong enough for what it's designed to be used for though, i.e. construction. That's not always the case though. For example, I ordered 5 lengths of 2x2 recently, and one of them is quite clearly whitewood. There's also the matter of economy of scale, which is reason number 3. CLS is the most widely used timber in the UK construction industry. It's sold by the pack or pallet. So a sawmill could run 3x2 CLS all day, every day, reducing the per unit cost. Whereas a sawmill setting up a planer to run a specific batch of 44mm PAR is a shorter, more expensive production run, and also PAR 2x2 is more of a niche product for DIYers and joiners. So next time you are shopping for timber, either online or at the timber yard, before you balk at the price of 2x2, at least now you know why. Thank you for watching.